Yo, first and foremost, before we get into the sauce, big congratulations to all the youngsters out there who just graduated, whether it's preschool, 8th grade, high school, or college. Salute to you and your families. I've been seeing everybody posting their kids and their little scholars. Keep celebrating them. Keep pouring onto them. That's how we help them write something epic, something great. And a special shout out to all my nieces and nephews. Y'all know I love you deeply. But I gotta take a moment to shout out someone special. Julius, aka King, you just graduated to the 8th grade. And I see you. You were born for greatness. And to be great, that comes with great responsibility and even greater discipline. You're walking into a new chapter. So walk with purpose, walk with pride, and walk with power. Always. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of all of you. Keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing. All right, let's start. Let's get into it. I pulled up to the Self-Help Federal Credit Union, and let me tell you, this place is different. We're talking about a credit union that is built for the real ones. People grinding, people rebuilding, people chasing purpose. They're working with folks who have credit scores as low as 540. Yeah, you heard me right. And they don't turn their back on you like the big banks do. Instead, they got builder programs designed to help you level up from the ground up. You ain't got to come in perfect. You got to come in willing. And as long as you got the mindset that you're not looking for a handout, but a hand up, they're willing to work with you. So check this out and get this. They're even offering loans to help people work on their U.S. citizenship. Yeah. All my immigrant brothers, man, all my vato locos from Mexico, they'll help you pay for your immigration lawyer fees because they understand it's not just about credit. It's about opportunity. It's about access. And they're not just playing defense either. On the personal side, they got a whole business side. If you're trying to start a business, launch that LLC, fund that side hustle, they'll help you jumpstart it. Whether it's microloans, credit lines, or guidance, they're willing to help you on the front lines. This is what I mean when I say pick the right credit union and it'll change your whole life. If you start with the credit unions first and then work your way to the Chase banks, the U.S. Bank, the BOAs, the Bank of America, man, that's how you do it. They help you build your foundation because you don't want to build your house on the sand. You want to build it on a solid foundation. So check this out. What does it say? Citizenship loan. Come on. And these are all the requirements that they ask for. As far as the business side, it's your typical IRS, EIN, articles of organization, So, like I said, for high limits, I wouldn't recommend them. This is more like when you're starting out, okay? When you're at the medium level. Yeah, man, I had to get up out of there. Yo, welcome back to ShagBagTV. For those that don't know, ShagBagTV is an acronym. It stands for success, honors, assets, greatness, beauty, ambition, gratitude towards victory. Try to say that 3 times fast. I bet you can't. This ain't just a regular clip. It's a code, a blueprint, a movement, a fully loaded extendo magazine. And right now, I'm coming to you live from my premises. Why? Because earlier, I was in the parking lot, right? Trying to record. This is an unfamiliar location, so I'm looking to the right, I'm looking to the left, and my PTSD kicked in. Real talk. I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't locked in. So I brought it to my home. Got on the mic, and now I'm ready to rock. So let's get it. Come on, let's go, let's go. If you missed my last clip, the Amex drop, that one deserved a full 2 hours, but I compressed it into 8 minutes of game. Moving forward, I'm going to give it 8 minutes. Yeah, that's it. That's all you're going to get. Anyways, I was talking high-level strategies, straight to the point. You already know how I move. But now we're shifting into what really sets you up for long term, right? Credit unions. Because before you reach for a weapon, you must master it. You need to build your house on a solid foundation, not on the sand. That means mindset, strategy, and structure. Let's pause right there, right? I heard someone say, money don't lead me. And look, I get it. That sounds noble. That sounds spiritual. But I got to keep it real. You're going to need money to fund the spiritual war. Currency is energy. And you don't have currency, you can't flow. And if it don't flow, it don't go. You think it's just vibes out here? Nah. You need capital to build, to protect, to give, to grow. So when I talk about credit and banking, it's not just financial, it's spiritual. It's spiritual warfare with receipts, discipline, delayed gratification, sacrifice. That's what we're really on. So, hey, like I said, welcome to ShagBagTV. Don't watch me, watch ShagBagTV. And while we're here, shout out to anybody out there fighting to stay clean and sober. Another friend of mine that I haven't spoke to in a long time told me, I don't know how you did it, going on 3 years sober. I'm still drinking 4 days out of the week. I told him straight, one day at a time. Just take accountability. Yes, we live in a world that runs alcohol as a fix, but most of the time it's a band-aid on a bullet wound. Healing don't look the same for everyone, but if you're aware, you're already ahead. And if you're fighting the urge, I'm proud of you. Keep going. All right, now that we got that out the way about mindset, remember to always do your research. Things are always changing. Credit unions and banks are tightening up. Now let's compare Self Credit Union to Baxter Credit Union. Self-help is for when you're still in recovery mode, still piecing things together, still healing. They meet you where you're at. Self-help does pull from TransUnion in Illinois area. I don't know about the other areas like California. BCU is more for when you're ready to scale. When you got your ducks in a row, you're at a 680 plus. The data points you need to know. You could get in through the Life Money U financial wellness program. That's the easiest path if you don't work for Baxter or you're not partnered up with them like Target or SEG, things like that. If you're from Kane County, Cook County, you could get in, you could join. And as always, you could join through the American Consumer Council for $15. That's a car wash. That's car wash money. And they could lead you to potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding. So get it together. They do soft pull pre-qualifications. You could check if you qualify for a credit card personal loan without a hard inquiry. Their everyday rewards plus Visa gives you 0% for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers on the personal side. After that, it's 16.74% and up to 27.74%. You could get $150 bonuses when you spend $1,500 in the first 90 days on the Rewards Plus Visa. They offer a secured credit card that reports like a real card. Good for building credit. They pull from Experian or TransUnion depending on your state. Over here in Illinois, it's TransUnion, and they report to all three bureaus. Balance transfer fee is 3%, and they're usually no cap. You could borrow up to $50,000 with a personal loan. Rates start at 11.25% APR. If you do auto pay, terms go up to 60 months. They'll want to see proof of income, pay stubs, or tax returns, especially if it's a high amount that you're asking for. Better chances at a higher limits to set up direct deposit. Even $250 a month helps. Use the mobile app or online banking for at least 60 days. Wait until after 2 deposits post before applying. Show steady income, self-employed. Bring your tax returns. BCU is more for when you're credit ready and you're trying to scale. If you're still rebuilding, I look into Self-Help Credit Union first. I heard BCU really gets in your business, so Yeah, be ready for that. They do offer solid 0% APRs on the personal, and we love that, especially if you're into ecom. They do got big lines of credit of 30,000. They are going to pull from the vintage score model, and that's a big deal. Your score is most likely higher than the FICO model. You could double dip too, and you know we love that. For those of you that are still learning, that's where they run your credit one time and you could apply for a credit card and a loan as an example for both of them at the same time. But with that one hard inquiry. But don't jump into BCU before you've built your house on a solid foundation. Otherwise, you'll burn your inquiry and miss the real blessing. A quick shout out to my trucker family. It looks like we made it through the Blitz week untouched, and everybody stayed ready and stayed clean. So salute to y'all for moving like professionals. And as we head into this Memorial weekend, let this be a moment to reflect, to rest, and to realign. This ain't just about credit plays. It's about building legacy with honor. It's about staying solid even when the world tries to break you. And believe me, life don't play no games when it comes to that. So hug your people, get your notebook, and get ready, because next episode, we're diving into how to access BCU, what docs to bring, and how to finesse the system. Well, it's not really a finesse when you're standing on your principles and morals the right way. This is ShagBagTV, where we turn lessons into blessings. I love speed to succeed, but I use critical thinking before I proceed. No shortcuts, because when I step into my purpose, I step with love, honor, respect, integrity. I think legacy, and that's what's going to make me legendary.